Oh, look at us. Nice and early. Hello and welcome to ABW Live. We are officially not happy. Am I allowed to swear, Femi?
You can swear as much as you want, Danny.
What a load of fucking shit that was, Fem. Say hello to the listeners. Wipe away the tears.
How are you doing, listeners? I can't see how many people are in the chat, so I'm just making it up as I go along.
There's 4,800. Oh no, that's not. That's how many seconds we've been going with the number of people after it. Oh, let's say hello to a few people in there. Phil Macker, he's there as usual. Richard Morris, J Rob. Hope you watched the video I made you, J Rob. Say thank you. Thunder. Oh, it's moving so quickly. Thunder Road is there. Didn't watch the match. Still working to do his civic duty and give it a thumbs up. You've won tonight, Thunder. Not watching that shower shit. Who else is in there? Formerly Noza. That was pretty awful, but that's expected these days. You are 100% right. Kaiser Sose says he's angry. Michael says that was pathetic and lots of numbers. How great was that? Stefan says hello. J. Rob has seen it. Jolly good. Evening all from Loki. Super Canna blah 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 says fuck it. Carnage on Twitch says that's a hello. Well, that's as good as it's going to get. Oh, Bulgarian Gooner. Hello, you cheeky monkey with your keyboard with all the letters and numbers. I didn't realise I had to look at Bulgarian keyboards. I didn't understand any of it. Well, that's not why we're here, is it, Femi? We're not here at all. We're here to complain about Villarreal 2, Arsenal 1. Unai Emery, if you're watching this, and he probably is, and the entire team, I'm sorry we blamed you at Arsenal. It obviously wasn't your fucking fault. We're shit whether you were there or not. The players are shit. The managers are shit. The teams we play are shit. The stadium shit. The owners are shit. Everything's shit, Femi. Am I getting a little bit too shitty?
Smith Rowe's good.
Saka might have been good if he wasn't kicked all over the bloody shop all night.
Yeah, that's a good
hell. Oh, I don't even know where to start with this. I was on with Craig and Albert and Tom on the same old Arsenal podcast before this. We were angry. We were nervous before the lineup. Got the lineup, excited, and then we saw we were actually playing not with Pepe up front, which is what I wanted. We were playing with Pepe left, Saka right, and Ceballos and ESR taking it turns of being the false nine, while Ceballos was running around midfield going, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what. Hello, Mum, are you there? Can you see me? I'm waving. Fucking absolute clown. And as soon as the game started, I thought, we don't look like we're up for this. Nothing looks like it's going to go in our favour. And then did the same old Arsenal thing. 5th minute, my notes say, I've done that. Chukwueze attacks, thank you very much for the pronunciation. Chukwueze attacks down our left side, obviously. What else? They're not going to attack down the right, are we? Because we've got someone who can defend there. He cuts inside. Xhaka and Ceballos both try to scissor him. But they both make a lovely pair of lunges. And that bloke goes, no, I'm not having any of that. Strolls past the pair of them. And then he lays it off for Trigueros. Not so good pronunciation. Who spanks it into the bottom left-hand corner. Absolutely pathetic. What did you make of that?
It was just nothing, was it? It was just like literally just a nothing goal. We didn't even set. I don't even know what the plan was in that first 5-10 minutes anyway. Because, like you said, of course they were going to attack down the left. Of course they were going to. So the plan was to get Ceballos to go and help Xhaka out. That wasn't a very good plan. First attack they had, first goal. As soon as, I was a bit critical of Leno in the group, but the guys did point out that the ball did come at him really fast and it was a straight, quite a hard shot or whatever. But just the build-up, I think if you look at the replay, I don't know if anyone's got a replay of this, but you can see the referee running past some of our midfielders. That's how bad it was. Seriously, the referee ran past and some of our midfielders as they sort of charge up the field. If you go back and look at the replay, you'll see that. Crazy.
It is indeed. Our newest member for 14 days, Stephen Edwards. We're closing the thing. Hope you've gone and had a look at the video. Thanking you for that. And there's Mike Hertz from the Not Another Arsenal podcast. There we go. You're getting a little bit of love from Iwanda71. Good to see you, Femi. It's always good to see Femi. In your picture, we have a question. Ellis accused you of pouting in your Twitter picture. You're not pouting in there, are you? You're not pouting. Just going.
Of course not.
You're saying, bring it. My beard is looking good. You've had your hair done. You've just chilling.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Look at that hairy muppet there. Anyway, he can't speak. Look at that. Let's put a bit of pirate on. That'll cheer everyone up. Someone made a good point. Well, you're all making bloody good points. Where was it? It was formerly Nose said something. Formerly Nose, she says, only Arteta knows why he didn't sub Ceballos. We could see that coming from miles away. Should we talk about that before we get to the second goal? I don't believe in chronology. I like to do it whatever comes to my mind. Yeah. So go on, talk about it.
Everyone and their mother was saying take Ceballos off. Everyone, their mum, their child, they even woke their children up from bed and said, I think we should take Ceballos off, son. What do you think? The son was like, yep, take him off. Everyone was. I was looking at Twitter at half time because I stayed away because my feed was a little bit behind. They were just like, everyone was saying, take Ceballos off. Put Xhaka in midfield. Put him in midfield. But nope. Within the first 1 minute of the second half, he makes a crazy tackle that I thought he could have gone off for that, to be fair. And then it was just like it was coming, wasn't it? And like someone said, he's been throwing just disaster classes especially in the Europa League. In every single round, he's done something crazy. Wow.
There's our user on Twitter, on YouTube called Man. No Ceballos for the next leg. I'll take that as a W. I think that sums it up, doesn't it?
Well, as long as Willian don't get Willian to take his place. I don't know if you'll be happy with that, will you?
I wouldn't be at all surprised. Right, let's move on to the second goal. Here we go. You might need a bit of help for this because I was busy screaming and thinking I'm going to go and make myself some soup. 29th minute, corner. He puts the corner into the middle of the box, a few yards out from Leno. Holding jumps. Xhaka is just behind Holding. He kind of makes a bit of a jump behind him. And then one of their players jumps up, gets a touch to it. It goes towards the far post where you'd think the left back would be, or someone would be covering the far post. No. Partey goes, oh shit, there's no one there. Partey comes running in, too late. ABW, the pensioner, is on his Zimmer frame and he gets in there to score. What do you think about that goal?
To be fair, our set-piece defending has been pretty good this season. So that's one thing I'll get. Our set-piece attacking has been absolutely shocking, but that's for another story. But our defending from set-pieces has been pretty good. But that was just... obviously, it was a well-worked corner. You know, it's the old Arsenal routine, isn't it? Centre-back at the near post, centre-back at the far post.
Yep.
One flicks it on and one at the back post heads it in. It's the Steve Bold, Tony Adams routine, isn't it? And we fell for it so much. And I don't know who was supposed to be marking at the back post, but I don't know. Was it? I'm looking at it now, actually. So Xhaka is supposed to be the man. So Xhaka lets his men run basically off of him. So it's between Xhaka and Partey. One of them, if you're like, they do like a half zone, half man marking thing, and between Xhaka and Partey, they lost their man. So Xhaka lost his zone, and Partey lost the man he was supposed to be running with. It was just it's just like schoolboy stuff, isn't it? That kind of corner. It's this kind of stuff you don't want to be doing.
It's crazy, and we could all see it happening, and it was all falling apart in front of our eyes.
We could see it, but it was 2 shots, 2 goals. To be honest with you, and that seems to be a theme these days as well. Because it's not like Everton had a lot of shots or Fulham had a lot of shots. It's 1, 2 shots, 3 shots we let in a game, and we pretty much just let in a goal nearly every shot that we concede at the moment.
Witty remark on our Twitch. Hello, Witty. I love a ginger cat. I had one called Ken. He's dead now. He says, or she, I don't know. They say, their cat says, any clue on why we chose to play ESR up front? Was that desperation, or was that tactics, or was it a combination of both?
I'm guessing it was tactics, but I don't know what tactics it was, to be honest with you, because obviously, when the lineup came out, you said you're speaking about the lineup. It probably a lot of the the pictures and stuff that all the channels and the UEFA put had Pepe up front, but we kind of knew it would be either Smith Rowe or Odegaard up front. So we've gone Smith Rowe up front. We are not Man City, to be honest with you. We're not Man City. We don't have as good of a midfield as Man City to even attempt that. And then it was the whole first half was like a training game, wasn't it? It was just like they just said, you know what? These guys have got nothing. Just have the ball and just pass around. And that's all we could do. Just pretty patterns of passing and nothing else. That's literally all we did. We just kept passing the ball round and round and round and round and round. And that was it. That's literally all we did in the first half. To be fair, that's all we did until Martinelli came on. All we did was just pass around in circles. We did nothing else. I don't remember a shot that we had. Can you think of one? I can't think of one.
I looked at some point and we'd had none. I can't. It was in some point.
Well, no, we had Partey had one of these trademark roll Z shots, didn't he?
Yeah, first half. Yeah, when up and to the left. I'm just looking at the stats here. It says 9 shots each. They had 6 on target. We had 2. They had 3 off target. We had 5 off target, but we had 2 blocked. They didn't have any blocked. Yeah, because the 2 they had did other blocking and we let them in. So there you go. What else? And lots of numbers has given us a thumb down because of the pirate. Good.
Well, we had 2 shots, which was the penalty that we scored and the Aubameyang chance. That's the only 2 shots realistically that we had. Yeah.
Should go and have a look and see the shots on target were one for Pepe and one for Aubameyang, who was unlucky. We'll come to that at the end. Aubameyang was very unlucky that he didn't get he lost his footing just as he was taking the shot, because otherwise that might have done well. Arjan Yadav says, now that Ceballos isn't available, Willian is going to start, isn't he? Yeah. Probably.
No. We can't. We definitely can't do that. We literally have to. I mean, your season is on the line next week, isn't it? So you literally have to wheelchair out anyone that can play. I mean, we have to play Tierney. I mean, if they're saying he was nearly fit today, he has to play. David Luiz has to play next week. We cannot play Mari and Holding again. There's no point, to be honest with you. The appeal of that is gone now. I don't know. I'm trying to keep it coherent anyway.
Bulgarian's off to bed. I should know his name. I message him on Twitter quite often. I'm just going to go and have a quick look because there's so many people putting stuff in here. Here we go. Cyan Vesh, absolute shower of shit. You sum it up perfectly there. There we go. Beyond the Ed says, then let's wait to the 85th minute for Aubameyang. Do you think we should have brought him on sooner?
I think we should have. I think if you see a stronger manager in that position, 2-0 down, seeing what was going on, at minimum halftime that you make changes. Minimum, and it cost us not making changes at halftime, to be honest with you. Because like I said, there was something in this game for us. We were not creating chances, but we weren't under any pressure whatsoever. We had the game kind of under control, but we just did nothing. Sometimes you just have to go for it. Sometimes you're 2-0 down. I know it ends up 2-1, but it could have been anything when we got our red card. They were just coming at us, for fun. Leno made 2 good saves at that point. But waiting for I don't understand this substitution thing that we seem to have a mental block on making changes in game.
I'm sure Formerly Knows has said that she was female. There's so many people I can't keep track of it. If I do tell it, just a gooner. Doesn't matter what they are. Julian Salmondo, I do know that he is a lady and he's on the run in Peru at the moment. Yeah, I can't read all this. Oh, Mika's there. Hello, Mika. Haven't seen you in a while. Tunjai Samuel, West Ham 2. I don't know what you're talking about, but there you go. Lovely. Cars and Coffee Stories. That's a podcast. I've had to listen to that. I didn't want us to win the game with Arteta. I don't want us to win the game with Arteta in charge. I shouldn't be wishing for this, but I don't see any other solution. Oh, dear.
I think, to be honest with you, I'll hold off to the end of the season to talk about the manager. I think he's just under the cost, to be honest with you. I think you know, when you get to the point where it doesn't matter what he does now, he's in some people's eyes, it's over. For me, you know, I still try and keep a kind of a balanced view of, you know, let's just see how things play out. You know, you just never know. We're a weird team, aren't we? We don't concede a lot of shots and a lot of goals, but we don't score a lot. And it's the same thing with the management. It's like it's kind of like a balance edge. But you know, some people have just had enough, and you know, I can't blame you. But you know, I just try and keep it a little bit more balanced. But nights like this are quite tough, to be honest with you.
Carnage on Twitch says, is Arteta a culmination of the traits of Pepe and Wenger? False nines and 70-plus minute subs. It was about 75 minutes of Wenger, wasn't it?
And a bit of David Moyes with the crossing. Calum Chambers was constantly crossing in this game. I don't know if you noticed that. And we had no strikers in the box. I find that quite hilarious. That seemed to be like against the game plan, which Chambers would get right up the field, pinging across to absolutely no one. And it would just end up on the left wing, probably. Maybe Pepe would get it or something. But I find that's definitely a David Moyes tactic, isn't it? So.
And another name I don't recognise, Mike Mosley, Mike, to his mates. We might get something out of this tie. It's half-time and we are still in this. He's got a point there, hasn't he? Yeah,
we got away with one tonight. Big time. We had to score a goal. Once we went 2-0 down, I said, even if we lose 3-1, you have to score a goal, because one goal, pretty much, that's the end of the game, isn't it? Like, whereas now, if we concede a goal, you know, we still only need 2. So that's if we can get to. But, you know, it was essential that we got a goal tonight. I think that swings the whole tie, you know, whether we like it or not. And I think Arteta kind of got away with one, because he can come out in his press conference and he can say, you know, that you can kind of make out that was the game plan all along, basically, to try and nick a goal and whatever. But we all know that what we watched wasn't good enough. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we'll see.
Yes, right. Let's move on a little bit. After the goal, I noted, after the second goal, everyone's heads are down. No one looks like they give a fuck. Whereas in the glory days of Tony Adams, geez, the air would have been blue of him screaming and waving his arms. Everyone get back. And then screaming at people what to do. So 33rd minute, Pepe sprints down the left. Foyth, I don't know who he is. Leaves a foot in and Pep goes down for a penalty. And then as the replay is shown on VAR, it looks like that as Pepe meant to make the run, the ball come down, hit him on his left arm, and then he continued his run. So that was quite justified that penalty wasn't given, wasn't it, for handball?
Unfortunately, yeah. Can't really argue with that one. Gotta say, the VAR was just much better than what we're used to seeing, isn't it? Just straightforward control of the game by the VAR officials, whatever they're called.
Right, moving on from there, half-time, blah-de-blah, nothing happened. Odegaard, I made a note, Odegaard's delivery from free kicks and corners has been shit. Isn't that great?
Like everyone, like Willian, like Saka. It's true. All our deliveries, all of it. It's just all our deliveries from set pieces. We do nothing from set pieces.
Such a
maybe one in a while. But I think we had one corner tonight, didn't we? Or two corners in the whole game.
I can check. It was definitely more than one.
I think it was 2. The last minute, 3. Three corners in the whole game. Wow, amazing.
I've never seen you be negative. It's giving me the willies. I don't like it.
I'm not really being negative. It's true. The nothingness. No, it's just the nothingness. I don't mind if you lose and you go out and you batter down the goal or something like that. But when you're 2-0 down and you're just like, it's just this passive football. It kind of gets you to at one point where you're just like, I just want to see exciting football. I just want to see something,
Sadly, very true. And people in the chat are agreeing with you, right? 57th minute, the Ceballos sending off. Kind of unlucky. Should that have been a second yellow, considering he was already on a yellow? That's something that happens quite often in the Premier League. if a footballer has had a yellow and then he does another foul and it's a little bit touch and go, whether it was a deliberate one, then they often don't give this second yellow. But we said he should have come off at half time. What was your thoughts on the whether it was the second yellow and whether well, that's it, really. I haven't got any other questions.
I mean, it's kind of a 50-50 for me. It's like, if it was given against, if it was someone did it to your player, you would kind of think, well, that would be a bit, I want a red card. But it was kind of harsh, but he did show his studs, and he could have gone before that, to be fair. So the referee did give him one extra chance as well, just about 5 minutes before that, just coming straight out of halftime as well. But it's one of those ones where he was the referee was consistent throughout the night, so I can't really say, it was very similar to the one on Saka from Capoue as well. So he was consistent, at least, the referee, wasn't he? So
Petito 100, hello. It says, at one point I saw a Villarreal player on the sidelines in flip-flops. That was Pablo Alcalá when he was taken off, and Big Frankie Coppers brought on. And he had a big tat. As he was walking along, he had a big dirty fucker. Mike says, if we play like this in the home leg, then ... Yeah, we all know what's going on there. Downhill, no. We actually. Oh, this is a good point. Chris Jones. We actually play better after he went off. That's a fair point.
We did, and that's because Smith Rowe dropped into midfield and sat in midfield. My biggest gripe with this whole system that we're playing is you took Xhaka out of midfield and it's totally left us exposed. Now, I'm not the biggest Xhaka fan, but Xhaka's been the first name on the Arteta team sheet since he arrived at Arsenal in midfield. Not rain, snow, whatever the situation. He'll play 10, 11 games in a row, as we've seen before, in central midfield. But then you take him out of central midfield, you put Ceballos there, and Ceballos doesn't really sit in next to Partey, does he? He kind of drifts to the left to try and help Xhaka out. So then you just abandon your whole midfield, and Partey just looks absolutely terrible when he's by himself. He doesn't have anyone to connect to, so he's either kicking the ball out of play or giving the ball away, so it makes him look bad. As soon as Emile Smith-Rowe came and sat next to him when we got the red card, Partey looked good, Smith-Rowe looked good. It's like, it's so weird. It's like, what do you guys train all week? How did this happen that we've got to a point where we don't realize that? And he's a manager that we're saying has worked on the Pep Guardiola. Pep knows the most important parts of the field are your central midfield and your fullbacks. We literally tore apart our central midfield and our fullback position. And it's just a disaster, to be honest with you. I think whatever we do, I don't care if it's Cedric, you cannot play. You have to get Xhaka back in central midfield next week, because that's the only way that we can tick going forward, to be honest with you.
Petito making the point that in the next game, Ceballos can't play. He says Arteta will play Elneny there instead of playing Xhaka there. Do you think he's going to be that silly?
He has to put Xhaka back in the midfield. He has to. I don't care who plays left back, but you cannot put Xhaka. Like, whether we like him or not, we need. He's the connector in midfield, and he's been that for a little while now. So there's just no way we can afford not to have him in central midfield next week.
Avon Teddington, as usual, makes a good point. What I find amazing is Ceballos has had 3 really good tries at knocking us out of the Europa League. Benfica twice. Why does Arteta keep playing him in this competition? One of them was it a header that went on to them and then put them through? And
and it was the one with him and Leno in the central midfield. I think that was the Benfica game, I want to say, where him and Leno were messing around in midfield, and he passed it to their player. And then the Olympiacos one as well. It's crazy.
Richard says Cedric should have played left back. Their right winger was quick and left footed, so he'd have had to cut in the whole time. That's a good point. That's the kind of things I never looked for. That's why you should have been here if you'd have seen the game, you scumbag.
Being fair, Xhaka did do well in the second half against the winger, didn't he? he did stand him up quite a lot of times, didn't he? And he blocked him out quite a few times. But we have to see. And I know someone's saying we're pleading to see Xhaka in central midfield. Look at what this club has done to us. At the end of the day, I totally get it, but we have to make do with what we got. And he's on, whether we like Partey or not, Partey cannot play without someone sitting right next to him. He looked so lost in that first half. It was sad to see, man. It was crazy.
It certainly was. Seeing if there's anything else there. No one's made any more points that I need to bring up. Right. At one point, at the 65th minute, we saw a Frankie Cock with a no-look pass. Did you see that?
No.
He kind of he looked right and then passed it left, running in towards the box. His mate put him through and goal. That should have been 3-0. Leno pushed it wide. I'm sure that was the point. I'd almost given up taking notes. Did anyone else see that? Coquelin's no-look pass, look right, past left, completely surprised our defence. No one seems to know. Okay, well, fair enough. I'll shut up. Next one is 74th minute, the Saka penalty. Did he leave a trailing leg? Good that he did, but he was looking for that, wasn't he?
Yeah, but we take it. I take it. I don't care. No, that's it's bad, but I don't know. It's for me. I don't know. I don't know if he was looking for it, or maybe he just left his leg rather than he didn't do the Robert Pires one where you throw your leg into the player, did he? He kind of left his leg behind him for a little bit, didn't he? So that his leg could be caught. But the defender, duly obliged. I mean, what happened against Fulham the other day? Someone's toenail got trodden on by one of our players, and he dived and they got a penalty. So we have to take it where we can get it. If everyone's gonna be throwing themselves around against us, then we have to try and join in the game, don't we?
Certainly do. Chris Jones asked, any thoughts on why Balogun can't even make the squad? I think that's just a no from everybody. No one's got any idea what's going on.
To be honest with you, I didn't even look at the bench today. I was so...
We had everyone. I'm surprised you weren't on the bench. We had so many people on the bench.
Well, they said we took 27 players because we're staying in Spain to train tomorrow. So I'm guessing, it's all changed for the Newcastle game. All the Baloguns and the Nketiahs, they probably might get a game against Newcastle at this rate.
We had Martinelli, Aubameyang, Willian, El Neni, Gabriel, David Luiz, Bellerin, Suarez, and Nkonkwo, the goalkeeper, and Nelson. I'd love to see Nelson come on. And Nketiah, glad he stayed on the bench, and Matt Ryan. That's how many were on the bench. Right, my next point is going to get rid of that. Nick says Balogun not in the Europa squad. I wouldn't trust anything Nick says, but he could well be right.
He is. He's under 21. All under 21s are in the Europa squad. So
you don't have to name them in the squad.
You don't have to name them in the squad, yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what he means. 80th minute, Etienne Capoue, which is lovely because one current Spurs player on loan is off injured, and then Capoue, he gets a second yellow, stretch it off. It kind of makes it 2-2 for me. It's a yellow, or was the ref balancing it up? I'm not sure referees do that. It was a yellow. Do they?
That was a yellow. I mean, in real time, that looked like a straight red, but obviously on replay, you could see that it was very similar to Ceballos' tackle. To be fair, it's just that he was actually making a tackle, and Ceballos was kind of doing a running motion, but the impact was almost identical to Ceballos' one.
It was. There was some stuff the referee could have let go tonight to, well, I say it would have made it a better game. Would have been better for Villarreal, but thanks to him, we managed to grab something from the claws of teeth of death. I really had given up at half time. 89th minute, Aubameyang comes on, running towards goal, put through, and he tried to have a bit of a shot to his left, but as he did, the player was coming in. It looked like he kind of was beginning to lose his footing and kind of spooned it. You can't blame Aubameyang for that. Came in, the bloody bloke's lucky to be alive. Most of us will still be rolling around in bed crying because of we're knackered from the malaria. So can't blame him for that, can you?
Nah, it was a. I mean, it wasn't a miss, really, wasn't it? It was a a chance. He hit it as well as he could. To be honest, the only place he could hit it, and it was a good save, I guess. The only thing is he could have worked the keeper a little bit more, but it was like a nothing chance, really. It kind of reminded me of. No, it didn't remind me. A little bit of his chances that he missed earlier on in the Europa League, but it is what it is. I think we were pretty content with 2-1 at that stage, to be honest.
Good. Yes, it's amazing how we managed to pull something out in the dying seconds. Or the dying minutes of the game. But I think we can go. How do you think he's going to go in the second leg? What do you expect to see, and what do you think what do you want to see? Don't worry about that. I've got cats making noises.
Yeah.
Do you hear the question?
What do we expect to see in the second leg?
Yeah.
I think he has to change it all. He has to change it all. I'll definitely get Luis in because we just lack something in that central defence. I'll definitely get
the back.
Yeah, it really helps us. So we need that, and we also need to get Xhaka in midfield. As I said, need that desperately, and then we need to get our strikers in, don't we? Pepe played well, to be fair.
Yeah, he was very busy. Didn't have his head down at any point, which is really good, important.
Yeah, I thought he played well. Yeah.
What's your prediction for the second leg? What can we do it in the second leg and get to the final? Because Man United in their semi-final beat Roma 6-2 after being 2-1 down. Crazy.
Can we do it? I didn't see anything special from Villarreal. Like honest to you, I didn't see anything special from them. We will score at least 2 goals. I think we'll do it. I think we can keep them out as well. Usually I'm not confident on keeping a team out, but they showed absolutely nothing. We'll do it, guys. We'll do it. Keep the faith. But on Sunday, we need to just either you look at players who need fitness and give them, 50, 60 minutes on Sunday. Players like Aubameyang, players like Luis, Gabriel should be in as well. Maybe I don't know if Mari played well. Who knows? This game was just a blur, to be honest with you. I was just like, my head was in my hand half the time. Like, what are we doing here? But maybe someone can correct me if Mari played well. I don't know if you saw his performance, but I don't know why we've sort of abandoned Gabriel. And that graphic that you put up the other day of the centre back changes just. That still was giving me nightmares. I'm like, what the flip are we doing here? Like, it's this is just what happened to the back four? I mean, fair enough, we don't have great defenders, but if you're consistently changing your back four all the time, you're gonna get mistakes in games. You're going to, because they don't have a rhythm. They don't know their partners. They don't know anything. 1 week Bellerin's playing. Now Chambers is the first choice right back. Then a few weeks Cedric was the first choice. He was playing well. And it's like, what are we doing? What do we want to do? What is the actual plan? What is the plan?
I'm not sure there is one. For people listening at home and on the toilet, I've got a thing I did here of the Arsenal back four all season, and this game Chambers, then the right back was Chambers for the Everton, Bellerin, Chambers, Bellerin, Chambers, Bellerin, Cedric, Bellerin, Chambers, Cedric, Bellerin. Bellerin had a bit of a run. Only the longest time we've had a settled back four this season. He was 3 games in a row, and he's done that twice. That's it. You don't know who you're playing. You don't know who you're playing with. It's like a Sunday league team. You've got no idea who's going to turn up sober or who stayed in bed with a hangover. Oh, it's just... Anyway, if we knew anything, we'd be football managers, wouldn't we? Mr. Epic, we'll end with this question. Says, you honestly think Arteta is going to choose the right lineup? No, I don't. What for the return leg? I don't think. I wouldn't be surprised if we fluke it, because Emery's always got a ricket in him. But we should have some.
We should. You know what? Yeah. If we're all being honest, I know we didn't enjoy our performance, but if we look at Villarreal's performance, they were pretty dreadful as well. Especially when we went down to 10 men. As someone said, we played better with 10 men because they literally just retreated. You know, I saw us against 10 men against some other teams this season, and they just went for us. Villarreal just retreated, and it's just that's the Emery way as well. You know, he is a specialist in his cup, but he's also a specialist at retreating football. He loves, you know, his team just dropping back into the box, and they didn't have fast defenders. You know, they defended well because we literally had nothing up front. As soon as we put Martinelli up front, you could see that they started pissing themselves. You know, all their defenders.
Coquelin came on at half time for them, and we played better when Coquelin was on the pitch because he does what he did when he was with us, just playing defence. If he'd have left that striker on, that he could have got another 2 or 3 goals tonight. The kind of way that we were doing it. Right, it's late at night. Femi's got to get up for work in the morning. There's loads of. I think there's got 14 people watching on Twitch. Hello, Twitch. I love Twitch. I watch Twitch about 12 hours a day. All kinds of things.
You can do a few questions if you want.
Okay, we've got some questions in here.
If you're quiet, we can do some questions.
Put some questions in the chat, people, and we will answer them. Phil Macker says, so how many goals will United score against us in the final? 2-1 down, 6-2 up. My good God, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just watching the highlights on the side screen here. Yeah, it is a bit crazy, isn't it? They've hit form at the wrong time for us, and I wish they stayed in the FA Cup. Funny enough, because this is like their first chance of winning a trophy under Ole, and they don't actually need it. But we've got the beating of them, haven't we? To be honest, we've beat them a couple of times since Ole's been there and Arteta's been there. So I'm sure Arteta can. Let's just get through. To be honest, let's get through.
There's a group of kids around here keep letting off fireworks. We live in a village, you scumbags. There's a new name, Petri. He says, I prefer Bellerin at right back pretty much every time Saka is on the right wing. That's a good point. Because Saka gets so far forward, we need someone who can defend, and just make sure that Bellerin is in right back mode, not right wing back mode.
Unless I don't know why I don't know how this happened with Bellerin, where everyone's just sort of abandoned him to be deadwood, basically. I must have missed it because I thought he's not actually been terrible, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not like he's been great, but he's not been any worse than anyone else that's played that position.
Avon Teddington asks, when was the last Avon Ted actually changed it? He's gone full Prince and changed his name. Says, when was the last time Man United beat Arsenal? Well, we've beat them the last 3 times. Arteta is 3-0 against them, which is that encouraging? Was that a full sense of security? We drew the last one, didn't we? 0-0. We drew 0-0 last time, didn't we?
Did we? Yeah, when they had loads of chances, we had loads of chances and ended up 0-0.
Proves how much notice I take. I can barely remember where I live.
Someone's saying 2016. Is 2016? I don't think that can be right, can it?
Well, the last time they beat us.
Yeah, they must have beaten us on the Mourinho, surely.
Well, while you answer this, I'll go and have a look. Claudius on Twitch says, has Arteta used up all his goodwill now? Will fans have any patience even if he wins the Europa League? Very good question.
I think if he wins the Europa League, he'll get a stay of execution. I mean, but you know what it is? I said in November, December, when we were on that crazy run, I said the problem for Arteta now is I saw I saw everything shift in that time. And you notice that with managers, once you've lost your fans or a certain group of fans, it doesn't matter. You could go on a 10-game winning streak. If you lose 1 game, guess what? It's Arteta out. You notice that. True. So when like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for example, he's second in the league. I think they've only lost like 4 to 6 matches all season. It doesn't actually matter what Ole does. He's always seen as a useless manager, no matter what. It's just a group. Once a group of fans has something in their mind about you, that's it. And there's too many fans now that don't like Arteta, that he's swimming against the tide, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm getting some grief off of Big Buddy Kane because he's a human trash bin. Trash bin? So I don't even know what I'm saying. I've had a look. Our last results against Man United, 0-0, like you say. We've beaten 1-0 in the league, 2-0 in the league, 1-1 in the league, beaten 2-0 in the league, lost 3-1 in the FA Cup in January 2019. I don't remember that. 2-2 in the league. 2-1 we lost in the league. 3-1 we lost in the league. So the last time we lost was 25th of January 2019. They beat us 3-1. I do not remember that game. I don't remember.
We were at home, weren't we?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. I was at that game.
Everyone blocked it out. Oh, the good old days when we could go to games. Phil Mack has asked the question. So, what's the plan for the summer? Mr. Spotify buys the club and we get Messi in.
Well, if everyone ups their Spotify subscriptions, probably pay double your if we buy as the clubs, pay double your what is it? A premium, is it? Get 4 premiums. Maybe he'll use that to buy Messi then. Steph
makes a good point. Without pace, Hector is very ordinary. Wise words as always, Steph. Right. I'm not reading Bunny's questions anymore because, quite frankly, the boy disgusts me. And that's not it. Wake up. Hambo Gumball, who has had a couple of teeth out today, he said, which was more enjoyable than watching this game, says Arsenal can't beat an egg on current form.
Yeah, the form is worrying as well, isn't it? Because after the game against what's their name, where we won 4-0, Prague.
Yeah,
we've just sort of just gone backwards again. I mean, 3 games in a row is the most we've won all season. That's pretty pathetic, to be honest with you. And now we go 2, 3, 4, 5 games without a win, and then we win. So hopefully we've done our 3 games without a win, and we've lost 2 in a row. I mean, even though we see it as a decent result, we've lost 2 in a row again. We lost to Everton and we lost to Villarreal. We drew Fulham. We should have lost to Fulham, shouldn't we? Because we scored a 97th minute equaliser. So we could have literally been lost 3 games in a row if you think about it.
It's amazing. We beat Sheffield United 3-0, played brilliantly. Smashed Prague 4-0, like you said, played brilliantly. And then we're on a run of shit again. Oh,
yeah,
absolutely mental. A final question from Avon. So he says, does Arteta have to go if we don't get past Emery? Do you think he should, and would you want him to?
He won't go. I mean, whether we like it or not, I mean, this guy speaks as a man who, if you saw his press conference yesterday, he knows that he's not going to get sacked. He is backing, and he's also backing the Cronkies, which I find funny because they are literally the only thing keeping him in the job as far as the fans are concerned. He says if you get to know them, you'll be surprised. All those sorts of things he was saying in the press conference. And that made when I was watching this match, I was like, oh, no wonder you're saying all those nice things about them, because you could go at any point in time. But he just won't go. I think they've probably made plans for the summer. And he's been alluding to the plans that they've made for the summer, but hopefully they do some smart moves rather than doing stupid things like letting Joe Willett go on loan, but keeping Ceballos and El Neni. But that's a personal thing anyway.
Yeah. Jonathan says, why does Partey keep shooting? We've talked about this. We've got no bloody idea. Where is one? Formerly Noza says, we're a one-man team, and that one man is Kieran Tierney. I say in an Irish accent. I don't know why I keep doing that.
I said that during the game. I said, how can one man be missing and the whole team just seems to fall apart? We need him back next week. I don't know how fit he is or what the situation is. They said he's back in training and he's training hard. So
yeah. Scottish, doesn't fuck around. Final question of the night is from mate Stefan Selby. He says, where would Arsenal be this season without Saka? Can you answer that in one word?
15th? I don't know.
My answer
would be.
Go on.
You go. I want to hear it.
Fucked.
I knew you was going to say that. I knew you was going to say that.
Oh, no, Mr. Waffles has finally turned up. Terrible man. He's been busy smashing up his house trying to make a guitar from bits of wood. He's got half a guitar and no house anymore. Silly boy. Mr. Epic says 15th. Our Nick says championship. That's where we'd be. Noza says 10th. Mr. Epic says 15th. Lol. Oh dear.
Mr. Waffles, you missed the best part of the game. The last third is the only part that we actually did anything.
Patrick Doherty says, who the hell is still backing Arteta at this stage? Never should have gotten the job. Should have been sacked in December. You're not the only one to think that, are they?
Guess who's still backing him, Patrick? The Cronkies are still backing him.
And
the people that are in charge of the club.
And Sire says, we'd be fucked about Saka. Oh, wait, we already are. Oh, what a magnificent way for Sire to end the show. I'm just going to go and see.
Do you want me to give you my dream that I had to end the show?
Does it involve Chris Carpenter and some cheese?
No, it involves Bukayo Saka requesting a transfer this summer. I swear to you, I had the dream 2 nights ago that he came and he said he wants to leave because Man City have shown an interest.
And Sterling gave him a man hug.
Yeah, I saw him in a Man City shirt in my dream. I told no word of a lie.
Okay, right. We were only meant to go for half an hour. Femi's got to get up for work sometime, or herd some kids around. I don't know, or probably all of the above. Nick needs banning for this. He looks like a Man City player. Absolute scumbag, Nick. Scumbag. Right. So thank you very much, Fem, for joining me tonight. You have been amazing. You were better than the game.
Yeah, we'll win. We'll get through. Trust me. Have faith.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you very much to all of the wonderful, beautiful people, wonderful gooners that joined us tonight, and Nick, and I can't remember his name. God, he's got so many accounts. Big Bunny Kane. What is his name? I'm in a WhatsApp group with him. I should know his pissing name. Tony. You a scumbag, Tony. And and thank you very much to everybody. We will be back. Newcastle game next, isn't it? Good God, that's going to be fun. Yeah, for the Newcastle game on Sunday, where we will rest everybody and get smashed 9-0 with Willock scoring none of the goals because he's not allowed to play against us, which is a shame. He could teach us a lesson. So if you've enjoyed this podcast, to give it a thumbs up. Doesn't matter if you subscribe because fuck YouTube. And if you haven't enjoyed the podcast, I've been Mike Feinberg from the Gooners podcast, and go and unsubscribe from there. Thank you very much. Right, we will see you all later. Thank you very much. Good night.